Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am John Thewin, a mental health psychotherapist, and today we are listening to your suggestion of Bittersweet Symphony, The Verb by REN. For all you renegades out there, please drop the next song you want me to listen to in the comments below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And let's get right into it.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know, this is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up.
I love how he is finding the beauty in such simple things, like walking down the street at 6 in the morning. I wonder if he was up all night or if he was just saying, hey, I really love that this time of the day and I want to spend it with my fellow comrades, my fellow people who are out here at 6 in the morning with me, enjoying the sunrise, because it is a special moment. And I love this so much. It's so positive for REN. Usually his songs are a bit deeper in a much more philosophical sense. Let's go back a little bit.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10.
He was up all night, and it is interesting how so he might be a little manic, which means that everything seems like a great idea. Staying up all night, which entails, really impairing your ability to make good decisions if you stay up all night. We know clinically we are as impaired as if we're legally drunk if we stay up all night. So he is just spitting and flowing. If it's good for his, creative process, all power to him. But he is up all night, and that is hard to do.
Pounds on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know, this is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above. And
I love this so much. He's saying it's harder to live in this world with inflation, with everything costing more money. I relate to my boys in the pub getting numb on the bud or on the alcohol, and he is absolutely onto something here, that this world is not how it should be, that mothers are struggling to feed their infants, to sort of provide for themselves, and the only real way to deal with that is to get numb, to engage in substance use, and to numb and escape that part of yourself, because it's hard to deal with all these existential problems that we're facing as a world today.
With messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud, we do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow, I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo, and then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that, a perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's
He is so deep and so talented. I love that anti-climax joke here. So he's saying that, hey, the city's always here. It doesn't matter if I'm up all night. I have people, the city life, always creating some sort of buzz, some sort of entertainment for me. And that's an interesting perspective. I hope that it doesn't land him in trouble, because, all hours of the night can lead you to some real trouble.
So I'm never alone, I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crew.
Wow, right? Yeah, so it did get a little dark, a little deep right there. So that junkie using an old spoon. So old spoons are, something you light up to smoke heroin typically. And he is saying how addiction in the city leads to funerals of their mothers losing their children. And that's really raw, really sad. But it is a very common part of all cities across the world, for that matter.
There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the track.
Ooh, 9 to 5 crucible. Like, she is in the crucible of the modern world, working the 9 to 5 job, slaving herself away to the point where she doesn't know who she is anymore. She doesn't know who she is, where she is, or what her goals and ambitions are. And that's really true. A lot of people feel like that in America and in the westernized world, we put careers over healthy work-life balance and self-care and mental health, physical health. And I've seen that a lot of times. People who are very career-centric will often put that first at the expense of their physical health. They'll get really obese or they'll get really depressed. And it's really sad how we prioritize career over well-being in this country, in this world. And I think that's what Ren is getting at here when he says the crucible of the 9 to 5. It's something you have to go through in order to endure this world.
Crying at a funeral, 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks and then he serves a scratch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dollies, but her disposition's humorful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun...
I love how he started with all the positives of the city, and then he goes into special people who are in rough positions, like someone fell off the tracks, someone's delusional, someone OD'd and died, and he's getting into the raw, into the real of Britain, instead of just focusing on the delusional, all the good parts of it.
Start shining, feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet.
Wow.
And then we'll be blown up before while they...
And people started fighting behind him, and looks like he is in a rough position now. Let's watch that one more time.
He's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining, feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue.
Yes, and I love that line, that small altercations can define who we are. Yeah, one bad, aggressive interaction in an alley can lead to a life that is absolutely different, with brain damage, with permanent disability. And so it's so important to live an intentional life, one that is full of what you want to do and not what other people want to do, but what you really want, and be mindful of how you're impacting others. And yeah, that's such a powerful line.
Guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to be low, and I've said it once.
Yes, Ryan, absolutely. So the highs are matched and mirrored by the lows that people feel. So if you're ever feeling really manic, really euphoric, like you stay up all night like he did in this case, and know that the low is coming sooner or later, and that it will creep up on you. It's like if you drink a cup of coffee in the morning, it'll spike your energy and then it will go down in the late afternoon. And there are no highs without lows or lows without highs. And so if you're ever feeling down, it's good to think that, hey, it'll get better in time. And it's cool to see Ren's reaction to how he's transitioning to this low now, after seeing people beat up and staying up all night.
It's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done, I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed.
Right, so white noise can help people get a constant in their life. So if you live in the city, for instance, white noise can drown out all the hustle and bustle of the city. And that's how he stays calm, is through the white noise. Because silence can be uncomfortable for a lot of people. And it seems like he's in the middle of a city, a lot's going on, he's been up all night, so it's hard for him to stay asleep without that constant white noise.
Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys, we'll be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony, we're birds of a feather.
I love that so much. What a powerful ending. Birds of it. We're all part of the symphony. We're birds of the feather. Yes, and so we can't have, those great moments without those low, and that he paints such a powerful picture here of the homelessness, the addiction, the people fighting, but also the people living their life, barely pushing by with, their children to daycare or going to work through that 9-to-5 crucible. He has such a powerful way of getting you to think and feel about this modern world and question what's really good with it, what's wrong with it, how can we improve it, what can we do to make it better. Ren is such an incredible artist. Thank you so much for this suggestion. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Drop your next song suggestion in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. And I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy episode.